I loved the original Top Gun, and this one exceeded all expectations. It was so good. And a big piece of that, I think, is the practicality of the filmmaking within this movie. And you've mentioned before that you kind of had a fear of flying, and that Tom and the making of this film, your experience with that, helped you move past that. I'd love to hear more about that.
I had gone through a period where I really struggled with flying. And fortunately, before making this movie, I had decided to take that on and really worked through it and got to a pretty good place, and which was very convenient because then Tom, there originally hadn't been a scene where I was flying because I don't play a pilot in the film, but it was added, and I was very grateful that I had done that work because it was definitely challenged in the filming as I went up in that P-51 with Tom flying. Tom is so cool that I didn't dare mention to him when he brought it up that I had this like horrific fear of flying that I had just managed to somewhat conquer. I didn't mention it at all. I was just, yeah, cool, great. Yeah, I'd love to do that, Tom. That sounds great. My kids were laughing when I told them about it. They're like, oh my God, if he only knew. But I did great because, to be honest with you, I could not have trusted him anymore. It was his plane. It's impeccably maintained. It's a beautiful plane. And he was the pilot. And no one is more skilled than Tom Cruise, I'm convinced, or more focused or disciplined. So I felt I was in very good hands.
Guys, this movie, it's so good. Have you had the chance to see it yet?
No,
Yes.
no, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Yes, you have. What was your reaction when seeing it, when you walked out of the theater?
There were a lot of high fives, I'll tell you that much. It was, we got to see it. I think the first time we all got to see it was during lockdown. And we hadn't seen each other since we wrapped, and there were new hairstyles, and there was a lot of new stuff going on. It was a homecoming in a lot of ways, and nice to see everybody again. And then we got to see the movie, and it was so exhilarating, especially having been stuck in your house for however long at that point we had been stuck, to actually get to see this and see this thing that we made, and now that excitement and that anticipation is almost to a fever pitch for us, and I'm sure for the movie-going public as well.
Yeah.
I was actually a little misty-eyed when I left because I didn't expect to be moved the way that I was, especially by the dealing with the relationships and the dealing with the past and bringing it to the present, and the emotional bonds in the film really struck me in a way that I did not expect.
I felt like a kid again. I really just felt like a kid again. You know, I think we're all movie fans. I think when we watch movies, we're fans of films, and this is a movie that made me, one of the things that I've always admired about Tom is I really feel like he kind of sees, in some ways, what he's doing is sort of creating this roller coaster for the audience. He wants to make sure that there's incredible highs and these scary falls and wonderful twists and turns, and this movie has all of that. And so watching it, I just felt like that original experience of going to the movies as a kid and just being, flabbergasted.